It's Halloween season here at Color of Fame. I completely redid everything. The unicorn is on summer vacation in Hawaii, and instead I have the Halloween tree, the Color of Fame Halloween tree. Also, I'm taking requests if you have any makeup ideas for Halloween, or you have a costume and you don't know what makeup can go with it. Leave it in the comments below and I will consider making that into a video. But today, I'm going to show you how to do the new Joker for the upcoming Joker movie coming in October. Sometime in October. I should do my research before I start talking about the movie, but at first I was disappointed in the Joker movie when I first saw it. I just imagine, I know Joker's a clown, but he doesn't look like a clown. He's kind of like the boss of clowns, so he has like more stature? I don't know, but I just like see all the previous games and movies and they're so detailed and I don't know, they're different than a clown makeup would, but you never know, I could grow on the Joker in this movie. Anyway, if you're as excited as I am for this makeup, please hit that like button if you enjoy this video, and smack that subscribe button and join the horsepower. No more horsing around, let's get right into the video, and let's get started. By the way guys, this video is going to be a little bit different. My microphone, which I do my voiceovers on, is broken. I'm going to say all my instructions to you live, so we'll see how this goes. Crossing your fingers. If it doesn't go well, please bear with me. But there's a chance that my microphone will be broken forever, so this may how we do things from now on. So yeah, just letting you know. Starting off by painting my whole face white with a sponge and just make it very patchy looking. Very intentional, but kind of not intentional. I don't think it even goes up to his hairline, so just pat it all over. Also, don't paint your ears, but continue on down your neck just a little bit, but fade it out. I'm now going in with blue paint and painting the triangles above and below my eye, and then smudge it out once I'm done. And one eye, it doesn't go as far out as the other. If you feel it's not dark enough, you can go over it again. For the other eye, you do the same thing, but don't go as far. To darken it just a little bit, I'm using a darker blue eyeshadow and just kind of filling in toward my eye and out. Once you're satisfied with your dark blue, move on to the rest of the eye triangles. Moving on to the mouth, I'm using red paint and just making a huge smile. Well, you can even use lipstick or cream paint, because I think cream paint would do a better job smearing wise, but I swear never touch those cream paints ever again. It was a mess last time I used them. Anyway, paint a big smile using red. Those clean, crisp lines. It's too perfect. Let's mess it up. I'm going to use red eyeshadow and darken the area around the lips. And then finally, with black eyeshadow, you can darken certain places around the mouth. For the painted on eyebrows, use red paint and paint a very short eyebrow above the triangles. And they're kind of cocked, like one's higher than the other. Like, Just like everything else, we're gonna smear the eyebrows because they're too pretty. We will not be having any sharp, clean lines in this makeup. Now we're gonna use a pretty small brush and just make some droopy droop thingies. Drips off the eyebrows. This is why I use a microphone to do voiceovers. Again, we're going to be using red eyeshadow and shading the top of the eyebrows. And I thought maybe the eyes aren't exactly as dark as I would like it, so I'm going to use a little bit of black eyeshadow and shade just under the eyes. And maybe above the eyebrow a little bit, just for fun. And then we're going to line under the eyes. Last thing we're gonna do for our face is to use a fluffy brush and a little bit of gray eyeshadow and just kind of dirty up the face just a little bit so it's not white. I almost forgot. Paint your nose red. Yeah, I think the nose is too bright, like it's too clownish. I know it's weird for me to say it's too clownish looking like this, but I'm just gonna cover the whole thing in red eyeshadow to make it a little bit darker. Now for the clothes, I'm gonna start off sketching where I want all my lines to be and where my clothes are gonna be. And then I'll figure out the shading and the painting after that. Now you have a general idea of where all your clothes are going to be. Use a dark gray eyeshadow and shade where the shirt is going to be. Now I mixed together some black and tropic teal paint from Graftobian to make a darker teal for the undershirt. Before we move on to the shading, I noticed there was like a small pattern on the undershirt, so I'm gonna draw that as well. Now I'm gonna make the button for the button-up shirt. I'm gonna combine white with teal to make a lighter teal than what's on my body and highlight it. Make sure before you add the highlights that the paint is completely dry. I'm going to add the 4 holes that usually buttons have with black paint. I'm going to lightly shade under each button with black eyeshadow. Now shade this side of the shirt because one side of the shirt, the button side of the shirt, is overlapping the other side of the shirt. I can use the same gray eyeshadow and shade under the collar. Now I'm just going to use some watered down white paint and highlight this side of the shirt and the collar. Before we move on to the vest, you're going to shade with the same gray eyeshadow, shade right at the edge of the shirt where it meets the vest. With black eyeshadow, and I mean just a little bit of black eyeshadow, shade right at the edge to darken the shading. Now, moving on to the vest, I combined a little bit of orange and yellow to make the vest. Alright, using our favorite gray eyeshadow, we're gonna shade the vest a little bit under the collar and then where the one side of the shirt overlaps the other. Mixing a little bit of black with the orange paint, I'm making the stitching lines down the vest. And also make it a very, very, very small line. Now add a very small highlight with watered down white paint right at the edge of the vest. Alright, now the button for the vest is clear. So, we're going to start off by shading it and then adding highlights to create the button itself. Alright, now the shading is done, add very, very watered down paint and just build up from there. That way it kind of looks like it's see-through. The brightest highlight, you can use white liquid eyeliner. Lastly, for the vest, shade with gray eyeshadow right at the edges where it meets the coat. In this shading, you can be a little more generous because the coat's big, so it's going to be covering more of the vest, therefore creating a bigger shadow. Now use a little bit of black and deepen the shading further. Okay, we're finally moving on to the coat. Mixing a little bit of black and red to make a dark red, we're gonna paint the coat. Okay, using red eyeshadow, shade under the whole collar and maybe make some wrinkles around, and then we'll be going in with black to darken the shading more. And then while you're at it, while you're doing the shading and building up the jacket, you could also add the little features like the stitching and the little details that comes with a jacket. Now using white, I'm going to add my highlights all throughout the jacket. Okay, all that's left now to do is paint my hair green and we're done.